finalist for Defensive Player of the Year. It's an interesting image that you have two major shot blockers against a guy that does everything on the defensive end among the three.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to see that he's acknowledged for the efforts that he does. Our team defense was very good this year. He was a major part of that. And his ability to do things that help your defense be at an elite level that are not obvious, that are not just the basic shot blocking or protecting the rim. It's being able to do multiple coverages, be able to guard 1 through 5, and do it consistently every single night against the very best.
But when you have a team that's willing to shoot as many threes as Boston is willing to shoot, and your philosophy is very much rim, paint, protect first, what is the balance in trying to react to that?
You know, we have to do a better job. I mean, we've never been just a only protect the paint rim at all costs. This is more dynamic than what you typically see because of the number of guys that can hurt you from behind the three-point line. So it always just goes back to your fundamentals and wrapping your mind around doing difficult things. And that's where we've always been at our best. It's more of a mentality. It's a mindset. There will be, some things, schemes throughout the course of the game, but schemes can't save you. You're going to have to get to guys. You're going to have to make multiple efforts. Going to have to do things that are necessary that you might not have to do in a normal regular season game against other teams. That's the way it is, and that's the challenge. And our guys are up for it, and it's a matter of just getting to the game and doing it.
Is there even more of a let-it-fly mentality that your shooters have to have as well to match some of that? I don't know if you shoot 50, but to get further closer to that.
Yeah, and I understand, the math to it. Mm-hmm. I do. I mean, you don't want to lose, 30 points, in a certain area. We shot, more threes last game. We still left some on the table. I don't know if we'll end up shooting 49, so there's going to have to be some kind of balance, bringing their number down a little bit. We're not going to bring their threes down to 25. That's not realistic. And we're not going to shoot 50, but there is a balance there where there's a line where we can take a few more and hopefully get them off a few more.
Maybe it was the extra day that people needed a story, but there's been a lot of talk about the foul for Caleb on Jayson. What was your viewpoint of that foul? Did it look like a regular foul? Was there anything more than that in your eyes?
No, and I don't even think it's worth addressing. I get it. Everybody gets emotional. You ask fans on one side how they view the play. You've asked fans on our side, how they view the play, and you're going to get two totally different viewpoints on that. That's the playoffs. That's the fun part also for fan bases. It was an irrational assessment on our view of what actually happened, and the players are fine. None of that is good. All the outside, noise or anything like that is not going to decide the series or the game. This is good, clean, tough, physical playoff basketball, and always has been with Boston and us. It's not going over the top. The league doesn't need to look into anything more on either side, put extra eyes on it. This is just tough, competitive basketball. This is what everybody wants. This is what the fans want, the players want, teams want, and even the league. They want this level of competition, that they're seeing.
So you talked about kind of activating players like Tyler. That's playoff basketball. What do you feel like maybe for Tyler that needs to happen in prepreparation for Game 2? Is there anything specifically?
He's doing everything he needs to do. We need to, get a little bit more intentional in our actions, to try to shake him free. They're a very good defense, so there is a balance of shaking him free, getting him into his strength zones, and then, doing it too much where you're falling into that Venus flytrap, but we'll continue to work to be better at it. We have to be better all across the board. It's not just Tyler. It's all the other intentionality aspects of our offense to be able to shake free guys, get open looks, get to our strengths more consistently. They got us out of our strengths, last game, and you have to credit them for that.
It's a challenge to go into zone against them with some of the new personnel they have, and any adjustments you need to make in terms of like the way you play the zone or anything like that.
Yeah, I understand the question because I've gotten this in a lot of different series about the zone. It's not a generic answer, but it's not about the scheme. It's about wrapping your mind around doing tough things. Whether we go man zone or come up with some new scheme that nobody's seen, it's not going to save us from efforts. The offensive shooting ability they have, and the guys that can bring two defenders, on certain instances, is always going to be there. So we have to scramble. We have to make those multiple efforts, which we're fully capable of.
So when it comes to Derrick White, what kind of impact does he make on a game? It looks like when you watch, he's not doing much, and you go back and look, he's made a big impact.
Yeah, he's one of the most underrated players in the league because he does it at both ends. Competes defensively and offensively, a very solid, efficient decision maker. When the ball's in his hands, he makes a lot of the right plays, but also when he's off the ball, he can make you pay if you're not aware of where he is.
Thanks.
Thank you.